Ah yes, the vertebrae.
Hello, I'm Brian Adams, and let's take a look at part 3 of the making of Monster Skull.
This is how those vertebrae were actually made. Each one of them was done with a piece of paper and made like this, and then fiberglass resin was poured into it. When it dried, I was able to add more shapes. There's the resin inside the paper. And as you see, this is a teriyaki stick that I had bent. This is part of the shaping for the vertebrae. Okay, so looking at photos and pictures, this is how I shaped the vertebrae. This gives you an idea. And this next picture is what the lower part of the vertebrae look like. I did this on each one of them. You can see the opening here where there's actually a brass wire that will go through this that's on the vertebrae, and I actually made the tail a little bit longer on this. Here we can see that I got overly excited and decided to start painting him as I went along. Knowing that he was going to be a green and his teeth had to be yellow, I needed to get some color down to get an idea of what he was going to look like. You can see the rod sticking out on the side of the jaw there. Here you can see the rod. You can see I put blue tape in it to pull it in and out. Because he was a organic type of skull, a lot of the epoxy didn't need to be sanded, and I wanted to leave the roughness of the epoxy so that it gave more of an organic look to him. Here are the teeth more up close. As you can see, I started putting in a little bit of brown tones in between the teeth to give more depth to them. Here's the lower jaw. Like I said, the jaw is not connected to the top of the skull. That's why I'm able to take it out. Stick holder that you see. And each vertebrae, when I made them, I went and I placed it where I wanted them, in the spacing I wanted, and poured fiberglass resin to lock them into place. Here's the back view. And here he is with the vertebrae. You can see at the bottom of his chin, and a little bit more color has been added to the face. You can see everything was coming along, except for I still hadn't worked with the back of the head. The top of the head was very interesting, hard to do. To be honest with you, I started the top of the head about 2 times. I even thought about making him have a round top of the skull, because the top of having squared was without a pattern, was a little bit difficult to figure out how I was going to shape it. Here you can see one set that I had done. See, and also you can see the inside the head there for the mechanism to be able to open the jaw up and down. This was one of the attempts. You can see how his head is forward, but I wanted it more of a lean back look toward the back, and this wasn't it yet. So this was a crazy idea I had, and I actually went with it. I started all over. Everything that you saw before was deleted, thrown away, and we started making a different idea, or I should say, I started with a different idea of making the top of the head fit into the side of the skull, so that way I could get more of an idea of how I was going to angle it. So here shows the picture of what he looks like when I made the first split. If you look at the top of the skull section up there, you can see that I had cut the skull and was now making it have more of the shape back that I wanted. And you can see how I started building up the back part there with fiberglass. This is where the head would actually fit on. A little bit more epoxy was added. Almost happy with it, but I thought it was a little bit too tall. Wasn't really happy with it, but you can kind of see how the size of Monster Skull all comes together. The side of the head is actually strategically, if I can say that right, was actually designed so that it would fit on top of the lower part of the skull, so that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between one part to the other. For being able to get inside to work on the mechanisms and work on him if anything had happened to him. Like the string broke or any of the springs came loose, that's my way in. Here you can see me, here you can see him a little bit more. And this is the top part of the head. Now, everything that you see there, the teriyaki sticks that was holding the shape of it, I had to remove all that so that I could make it stronger on the inside and make it a lot stronger and hold up. But I was still closing off the rest of the skull, and I had to give the shape. As you can see, there's a little bit of a squareness to some of the back part there, so I had to fit it better. But you see the way the head is, it's not leaning back exactly the way I wanted it to on him. It's leaning more forward. I need to fix that. But it still wasn't the look I was looking for. I was trying to find the original sketches that I did of Monster Skull. And after all that, what I wanted to do, but this is my original sketch. I wanted it to look like this. If not, I might as well just made this.
Hey, if you guys like what you saw, don't forget to like. I guess that's very important on YouTube, to put a like on the button there. And subscribe. Hey, we want to thank all of our new subscribers. We're really excited about that. We're growing in numbers. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.